Hey guys, and welcome to a pickups video, which I don't usually do. This will be a rare occurrence, maybe once a month or something like that, or once a year. Once a year sounds like a really good idea. But mainly because I bought a load of stuff this week and last week. Well, I say a load of stuff, probably about 10 things in saying that. So I bought a bit of stuff, we will say. But I just wanted to talk about it a little bit because I see a lot of people doing pickup videos and stuff like that, so I haven't done one of those yet. And I mainly do reviews of games and things like that, and I thought I'd go for a bit of a change. So, without further ado, let's go straight ahead with my first pickup, which I got at a car boot this week. It is a tape game, and it is for the ZX Spectrum. My Specky doesn't work anymore, so I can't capture footage from it. I am in the process of looking for one. Well, it's actually a 48K Spectrum, so we'll have to see how that goes. I have got a Commodore 64, but I cannot, for the life of me, find this game on it. I'm sure I'll probably find one eventually, but I think I'll just get a Spectrum again because I prefer the Spectrum over the Commodore anyway. And from what I've heard, this is probably the better conversion of it anyway, or at least so I'm told. Who knows? So I did get Mr. Wimpy for the ZX Spectrum. For those of you who don't know who Mr. Wimpy is, it's basically a burger restaurant, which are in America, I believe, and they're in England as well. There's only a handful of them around anymore. They're quite popular, I think, in like the 80s and 90s. I remember going there a lot in the 90s for like dinners and stuff with friends and family. Mainly friends, really. I never really used to go. Well, I did go with my family, but only a couple of times. And my friend always used to tell me about how his dad has the Mr. Wimpy video game, and I really wanted to play it. And I never did. And then I recall I did play it eventually around his house, like late 90s. And just saying, I think, is it Burger Time or something like that? I was just like, that's just a blatant rip-off of that with Mr. Wimpy. And I just saw it in the box of, it was actually, on the cover it was a box of music tapes, and I saw it in the bottom and I was like, my nostalgia is telling me to buy it. And the guy was like, I picked it up and the box said literally like tapes £1. I was like, this one, and he was like, oh yeah, that's £1 please. And I was like, thank you. I ran really fast afterwards. I didn't run. I don't run. I sort of walked to the next store. But yeah, Mr. Wimpy was my first pickup. What a great game. It's fantastic. Highly recommend it. If you don't, I'm not even. Don't even go there. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not caving. Right. I picked these up last week. I got Donkey Konga 1. I'm trying to get this with less lighting. Donkey Konga 1, and I got Donkey Konga 2. Now the pricing for these is ridiculous. I can see my camera in the background of that. I'm terribly sorry. Let's try and angle these. Hang on. There we go. We're angled perfectly. I got Donkey Konga 1 for £1.50. Donkey Konga 2 was £3.50. So that's £5 for those two games, which I thought it wasn't that bad. And considering I was quite disappointed in them when they first came out, or rather the first one, should I say. And I traded it into Blockbuster to go buy another GameCube game. I can't remember what I traded it in for. I traded it in for something. And I just thought that was quite low priced for these. I know they don't go for a lot on eBay. I think it's around about £10, something like that. Or maybe for the second one. I'm not sure how much the first one was really worth. So I got those, which I thought was really good for a £5 anyway. But this is where the pricing confuses me, because obviously you can use the DK Bongos for these. What confused me more was that I got the DK Bongos as well, and the DK Bongos were cheaper. They were £3. £5, £3. I don't understand. And even then, you'd think that comes at £8. I walked to the counter, I put my Donkey Kongas down, put these down, and the lady scanned them. And also, I should mention, I took it off now, but it had a sticker on saying DK Bongos not included. So I was all prepared to pay £8 for this little pickup. She scanned them, and I got it for £6. I don't understand what happened, and I wasn't going to question it, because why would I question getting £2 off? But something went wrong, I'm guessing, or maybe because I got the bongos and the games, maybe it knocked money off. I don't know, but considering there was stickers on these saying no bongos included, and then there was bongos, it just baffles me. But that's a point. That's something that happened. So I got these for my GameCube collection, which is wonderful. I did have a question on Twitter the other day asking what do I collect for mainly. I'd be lying if I said one, because I collect for near enough everything. I have a whole shelf of DS, 3DS, PSP, Vita there. I have PlayStation 1, Xbox Original, GameCube, PS2. I've got Xbox One, PS4, Wii U. There's another shelf here where I have PlayStation 3, Wii, Xbox 360. I have 7,800 games. I have two 600 games. I've got Nintendo 64. I've got SNES. I've got NES. I've got, is that Master System? Yeah, Master System up there. I've got Master System over there. I've got Mega Drive, Saturn, Dreamcast. I'm very impartial. I don't mind anything. I think the thing I've collected for the least over the year was the PlayStation and the PlayStation. Well, PlayStation 2 I've got quite a big collection of. But PlayStation 1 I didn't really collect for. PlayStation 3 I've got a small collection, around about 30 games. It was just something that never really hooked me, the PlayStation 3. I don't know why. But yeah, that question, whoever asked me that, I've just answered it for them. So let's move on. So we've done DK. We'll stick to the GameCube stuff I've mainly picked up this week. I got this from CEX, which is a bit like, I guess, like a game store, mainly secondhand games. I buy stuff from everywhere. I go to Game, CEX, I go to Cash Converters, Cash Factory. Was it Cash Factory where they were selling loads of... I think it was Cash Factory, I can't remember. I add car boots, I go loads of places. But I saw this in CEX for the mighty price of £3, and I was like, I am not turning that down because I've been trying to get that game for ages. And it was Eternal Darkness. Now, I understand that the pricing for this can be a bit iffy, but I understand why this was £3. The cover, the sleeve itself, is literally... Someone has photocopied it, and it's already starting to fade really badly. It kind of depressed me, but I've been after it for a long time, and at this point I can't complain. Well, I can. The only thing that I complain about is that the spine, where it's fading, it looks really odd in my collection. So I'm probably going to have to look for either a case, or I might just buy the whole thing again. I don't know. I'll see how I feel at the time. But yeah, Eternal Darkness, Sanity's Requiem. I highly recommend anyone who's got a GameCube to buy this game. I mean, it's fantastic. You only have to look on the internet to see who likes it. Near enough everyone likes it. It's a good game. So I recommend getting hold of that. I also picked up... I got 3 more GameCube games. My god, how many GameCube games did I buy this week? Now, movie tie-in games and TV show tie-in games are never good. We all know this. They are. They're never good. Except this one. Or at least that's what I feel anyway. Spider-Man 2 was probably, or is the best tie-in game to a movie ever. Or at least I think so. I'd like to think so, because I remember it being amazing, and I played it recently when I bought it just to make sure it worked, and I remembered how good it was. It is a really good game. Spider-Man 3, however, it was okay. It was like more of the same, but it just got a bit... It felt clunky, and it felt outdated by the time it came out. Or at least that's how I felt. And I played Amazing Spider-Man 1, that was terrible. Amazing Spider-Man 2, again, was terrible. I'm looking forward to the new one that's coming out. So hopefully... Or instead of just keep making new Spider-Man games, can they just not remaster this one? Pretty please? Somebody, somewhere, remaster this, because it's amazing. And I just realised it's really one of those games which actually had the actors from the film in. Except for James Franco. I remember Harry's voice in this being really bad. So yeah, Amazing Spider-Man. Spider-Man 2 for the GameCube. It's pretty damn good. In fact, I had some PS2 as well. It was pretty damn good on that. I just recommend picking this up in general. It's a really good game. Enough said. So now the pile is getting increasingly smaller, so I don't know why I made out this to be like I had loads of stuff. I picked this up on the same car boot I got... I haven't got to that one yet, so now I've just made a spoiler. Basically, I got 2 games off a car boot, both on GameCube. I got Sonic Heroes. Now, there is a tag on it for £10, but it didn't cost me £10 at all. The guy had it all priced out on a table. He was like, oh yeah, that's £10. But then when I opened it, the case is actually broken. It's completely split here. It's just literally being held together by the plastic, and it's missing contacts here, so it doesn't really close properly. I was like, I wasn't rude per se. I literally just said, have you got another case? I was like, I would happily pay £10 for that game, but the case is totally naffed. And he was like, no, that's fine. Just chuck me a £5. And I was like, boom, I'll take Sonic Heroes for a £5. I've been looking for this game for a while. I know it's on the internet, but I hate waiting. So I didn't buy it on the internet. Yet, if you've ever played Sonic Heroes, you know it's a fairly decent Sonic game. It's a lot better than Sonic Adventure 2, or at least I think so. I did like Sonic Adventure 2, but I felt like this one was better. And obviously you have your 4 teams you can play as, which is even better. You've got 12 characters to pick from. I mean, who wouldn't want to play a Sonic game where you can play as 12 different characters? I used to have it on PS2, but I know that version is literally the broken version, and eventually my disc broke anyway, because I used to play it so much because I thought it was one of my favourite games at one point. So I saw it on the car boot, and I was like, I haven't played that in so long, I'm buying that, I'm playing that, I'm probably never going to leave my seat. So Sonic Heroes, I recommend getting it, if you're a Sonic fan mainly. Love this game. On the same car boot, which I already spoiled, I got Donkey Kong Jungle Beat. I traded this game in at Blockbuster years ago, totally regretted it afterwards and never saw it again, and I finally saw it again when I got that game. I did pay, I think this one was £7, which I thought was wonderful, and the case isn't broken, which is even better. But the one thing I love even more is that it comes complete with a manual. We have terms and conditions, and we have these 2 little things. This is the stuff I miss in game cases now, because you don't really get this. Maybe in the Nintendo ones mainly, but it's just not the same anymore. I got 250 stars for Nintendo VIP. All I have to do is visit nintendovip.com and then put in this pin to receive my points. They haven't even scratched it off, whoever owned this. That's really nice. I like things like that, when they're complete like that. Mainly these are what I miss in video games now, where they give you a little leaflet to let you know what's either out or coming out. I miss these things. It has heart. This is when you knew they cared. And obviously it's got an advert for the DS, and this is the old style DS, which I still love today. I have one of those. I much preferred that to the DS Lite. I don't know why. But yeah, Donkey Kong Jungle Beat, I'd actually recommend picking up this game, because this game is pretty good. Especially after in my head, the disappointment of Donkey Konga. This was the game that should have come out with the Bongos. At least I think it did. Yeah. I love my DK. Right, now we have 2 things left. Mainly this one. I own this. I've stated in a lot of my videos, and even the review of this game, but I own it a lot. Now this is probably like my 4th copy of it, but this copy comes boxed. I saw it in a charity shop window in Norwich for the high price of £29.95. It wasn't that price. It was actually £2.99. It is PacMan for the Atari 2600, and if you look here, if I get close, you can see the price tag from W.H. Smith when it first came out. I feel like if I bought this game when it came out for that price, I would probably repeatedly smash my head against concrete, because it's terrible. We know it's terrible. We all know it's terrible. And everyone milks it that E.T.'s the worst Atari game. Whereas this is worse. This is terrible. And I only bought it for the box. Shows how much I know. It's a little bit tatty at the top, and where it's been sat in the window, it's a bit... That's not exposure, that is literally how faded it is. You can see that there. And it is a little bit on the other side as well, but... My favourite thing about this, though, is when you look on the back to read the blurb. Now, the white has kind of blended with the orange. It makes it very hard to see. I'll do my best to read it for you all. It's your job to keep PacMan as happy as possible. In order to do so, you must guide him around the maze so that he can eat video waters and power pills. Help him chase the ghosts and gobble them up before they gobble on him. I'm not making this up. It literally says that on the back. It's right there. It's very hard to see, but it's there. PacMan, guys. PacMan. Breathe. So yeah, I mainly bought it for the game, and it has the original sticker on, so that's always something good to look for. And it sounds silly. It looks like Pac-Man's eating chewing gum, like Wrigley's Extra or something like that. And those ghosts look absolutely furious. Or actually, they look more excited to think, maybe he'll give us some gum. Oh, I don't even know anymore. But yeah, PacMan. I don't recommend it, but yeah, I keep getting more copies of it. That's life. And last but very not least, I have this over here. You probably saw it in the background of my video. I picked this up, I think it was last week, and my friend sold it to me for £20. It came with a controller, power pack, step-down converter, and that was it, really. Yeah, because I've already got all the TV leads. I didn't need those, so he kept them for his Mega Drive Model 2. It is the Japanese Sega Saturn. Now, it's not picking it up very well on camera, but it is a little bit yellowed. Not tremendously bad. Well, it is on the front mainly, but the top's okay. The top's still white, just the front is a bit yellowed. And for £20, I'm not going to complain because I didn't really need it, but he saved it for me. He was just like, oh, I've got a Japanese Sega Saturn. Do you want it? I was like, hell yeah. I'm not going to say no. The Sega Saturn is one of my favourite consoles, definitely. And it's like, because obviously it's the Model 2 shape. I have the Model 1 Sega Saturn with the the diamond buttons. So this is obviously the Model 2 sort of one with the round. Well, they just redesigned it and made it look a bit nicer. Everything works. I've tested games on it, but I have an action replay card anyway. And rather than plug in this massive step-down converter just so I can play my Japanese imports on it, I just keep my action replay card in my normal one and play them on that one. But this one is a nice piece to have nonetheless, and if you watch my videos, you know how I feel about the Sega Saturn. I think everyone should own one. So go out there and buy one. Like I did, clearly. So yeah, and that's basically my pickups video. I picked up a lot of stuff, or not really, as when I look at the floor it doesn't seem that much, but it feels like I bought a lot of stuff. So yeah, oh, I will point this one out. I got this the other day. I have 3 copies of this, but I mainly rebought it again, Starwing, because it has the original price tag on it. That's the only reason I bought it. I don't know where it came from though. Only reason I bought it. Just adding that in because who doesn't love this game? It's great. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video because I certainly enjoyed making it and then giving spoilers out. I've been a bit lacking in my uploads lately. I'm a bit sorry about that. It's mainly due to work and other commitments I've been having. But I'll be doing a massive long day on my day off. Basically pummeling out a load of recordings of game captures. I'm doing Burning Rangers for the Sega Saturn, probably Virtual High Glide because I've never played it, but all I hear is terrible things about it, and I managed to get a copy for a very cheap price, so that'll be fun. And I've got some other games coming up as well. I've got Virtua Fighter Kids, I think I picked up, and some other Japanese import games. I think one was called Roommate, and it looks a bit weird. So that they will be coming eventually. I did say in my last video I wanted to make a challenge video to some guys, but I haven't got around to recording the... Well, I have actually recorded the footage. I haven't got around to editing it yet. I would like to challenge... Can I make the challenge now? I guess so, because I'll upload, when I've edited it, the other video. Yeah. Okay, I challenge EnigmaticPsy and Glyph. With my editing skills, they're great. To play... I'm going to do a jump cut here. To play Bubsy and Fractured... No, this isn't Fractured Fairy Tales. Oh, I'm getting confused now. Claws Encountered of the Third Kind. Now, it doesn't matter how you want to play this because no one wants it. It's cheap. So I have 3 copies of this as well, which I can't get rid of. No one wants them. So I challenge you guys to play Bubsy, and then I feel for you as soon as you play it. I don't mind how you play it because obviously there is the Mega Drive version as well. There is, I believe it's on Steam for something ridiculous like $1.99, but you could probably pick up the cartridge for either the SNES or the Mega Drive for cheaper. I actually own 4 copies of this one on the SNES, and I own 2, I think, on the Mega Drive. So I challenge you guys to play this. I will upload my video of it, where I'll probably readdress everything. I'll record some extra audio. So I'll readdress everything. So, good luck, guys. I salute you. And I'll see you all in the next video.
What could possibly go wrong?